everyone, how are you doing today? Hope you're doing good, hope you're staying safe, and for those of you in the UK, I hope you're enjoying this unexpected yet gorgeous weather that we've been having today. We have got snow and I had a look and I couldn't remember the last time we had snow in November. I had a quick look and it was 2007 was the last time that the UK had snow in November. So for those of you who maybe don't understand why I get so excited at the prospect of snow, that might give you a bit of an idea. So on today's video, we're going to be discussing the readathon that I am taking part in December. You can expect me to tell you a little bit about the readathon, a little bit about the host, a little bit about how you can get involved because there are only a few days left to sign up, and I have a really exciting announcement to add to the readathon at the end, which is really cool and I'm really excited. So the readathon that I'm taking part in is the Reindeer Readathon, which has been created by Eric over at Break Even Books. He's a Canadian YouTuber, he's really awesome, really down to earth, and he's like one of those guys that has a kind of a quiet, calm persona, but is hiding a lot of chaos inside. So, you know, this is the 4th year, I believe, that the readathon has been running. And essentially, it's a bit of a competitive one. You sign up and you get allocated a team at random. There are, I believe, 5 teams, and I don't know if I can remember all of them. I'll try. So we have Team Nutcracker, which I am in. We have Team Stocking, Team Mistletoe, Team Snowflake, and I can't for the life of me remember the last one. And essentially it's like most readathons, so you have a list of prompts and for each of the prompts you can earn a set amount of points. There's also a bonus round of prompts, and the thing that I really like about this readathon compared to others that I've been in is that with this readathon, those bonus points don't mean you have to read more books. I feel like what puts me off a lot of readathons is the sheer volume of reading that's kind of expected of you. And even if they say, oh, it doesn't matter if you read 1 or 101 books this month, I personally still feel very pressured, especially when it's a team-based readathon. I generally feel very pressured to ensure that I'm doing everything that I can to pull my weight and not let my team down. It's nice to have a readathon that even though it's team-based, it feels very relaxed and they're very accommodating. Any book format is allowed, so ebooks, audiobooks, physical books, comics, graphic novels, manga, anything like that counts. There are, how many of Santa's reindeer are there? Those of you who know Santa better than I do will know that. Oh, it's coming down harder. Oh, I'm excited. Sorry, I keep getting distracted because I'm sat right in front of the window, so I've just got a beautiful view of this snow and it's so pretty. It's so beautiful. So there are 9 prompts in total for the main prompts. Then there are 3 bonus prompts, and then there is 1 final prompt. So if you read all 9 books and you manage to achieve all 3 bonus books, then you can go back and choose to redo any one of the prompts for a bonus 50 points for your team. So what I'll do now is I will just tell you the bonus prompts first, because then when I go through the standard prompts, I will then tell you which of the bonus prompts I will be slotting in to the book so that you kind of know. So for the bonus prompts, you have number 1 is Christmas Star, which is to read a book over 500 pages long. The second one is Christmas Lights, which is to read an ebook. And the third one is Christmas Carols, which is to listen to an audiobook. So the first one is Dasher, which is to read a short story or collection or a novella. Well, because of this whole idea of things being shorter, I decided to go for a slightly different format. So even though the book is like, I think 200 pages, it's still quite short, and that is a graphic novel called Monstrous by Margaret Liu. I should probably make more of a effort to learn how to pronounce names. And Sana Takeda. This is very steampunk-esque. As far as I'm aware, it's like set in a conflict and the main character's been kind of since she was a child, she was like embroiled in this conflict, and now it's kind of time for her to stand up and decide what she wants to do. I did originally try reading this a couple of months ago, and then I just kind of got distracted. That will only take me a day. Book number 2 is Dancer, which is to read a book by one of your favourite authors. For this, I have chosen Christina Henry, and I got gifted this last year through Twitter, and it's been so long I don't even remember who it was that sent it to me, because the slip is now in my little memory journal for last year, so I don't have it in the book to remind me. A year later, I'm finally getting around to reading it, and that is The Mermaid. So this is a kind of like a little bit of a Little Mermaid retelling, but it also links in with the circus culture, and it has P.T. Barnum, who, for those of you that have seen The Greatest Showman, that film is all about him and how he set up his circus of marvels and things. And so it's basically like, you know, he meets this mermaid, and yeah, he's determined to keep her. She's like, no, and there's going to be conflict because these books are so good at that. Number 3 is Prancer. So read a book with a travel element, and my plan for that is also going to mix in a bonus prompt. For this, I'll be listening to an audiobook, and that will be Act Your Age, Eve Brown. This is the 3rd book in the Brown Sister trilogy. I've been quite excited for this one because I listened to the other 2 over the last year on audio, and I've really enjoyed both. I think it's going to be fun to listen and like a really fun, light-hearted read, and that includes the travel element because she ends up working at a B&B. So yeah, okay, the character herself isn't travelling and the book isn't about travelling, but I'm like, hey, people travel and they stay at B&Bs, so I imagine there's going to be a mix of characters in there that are going to be doing that kind of travelling thing, so that's what I'm going for that. Number 4 is Vixen, a book that recently caught your eye, and for me, that book, I saw Holly Hart's Books recommend it on her channel. Like, she does monthly book recommendations, and she talked about it a few months ago, and ever since this book just got stuck in my head. And that is For the Wolf by Hannah Witten. From what I understand, it's like very, very loosely based on Red Riding Hood, in this place where it's extraordinarily rare for 2 girls to be born, but if a second daughter is born, she has to be given to the wolf. And she's like the second daughter that's been born in many years. So she gets offered to the wolf, and I imagine there's going to be drama. I think this is actually an adult, not a young adult. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm trying to do as little research into books these days because I want to just enjoy the stories. That's that prompt. The next one is my Comet read. This is the one that I'm saving till the very end of the month. It's my 5-star prediction, and it also fulfills the prompt of being over 500 pages long, and that is Cress by Marissa Meyer. This is the 3rd book in the Lunar Chronicles series. I've read the first 2. The first one I think I rated 4 stars, the second one was 5 stars, and I have been absolutely desperate to get into this all year, but I've just not been in a big book vibey kind of mood this year. So I've only read 1 book over 500 pages this year, and that was Crescent City, and that was like right back in January. Cress is basically we've had Cinderella, we've had Red Riding Hood. Seems to be this is going to be a very heavy Red Riding Hood retelling month, weirdly, or just a retellings in general, which is interesting. But yeah, this one follows loosely Rapunzel's story, and she's like a cyber hacker, and it connects in with everything else. I don't really want to say too much because obviously I don't want to give away stuff that's happened already in the series, but if you haven't tried it yet, I would seriously recommend it. It's like steampunk sci-fi retellings, and it's incredible. Couple more to go. So next one is a new author to me. Stupidly, I have not written the name down, so I cannot remember. I'm going for another manga for this one. Again, it's one that's been on my TBR for quite a long time, and I thought it would be a nice cosy one to end the year on, and that is A Man and His Cat. So essentially this is I think he's in his like late 30s, early 40s, maybe a bit older, gentleman who takes in a cat that nobody wants. And he ends up adopting it, and it's just basically showing their story of them bonding and starting a new life together and them sharing their life. And I think it's just a really cute concept and really sweet, and I think it's gonna like give me all the feels. Next we have Donna, which is green or red on the cover. I'm going for yet another retelling on this one, which is Thorn by Intisar Kanani. I know that this is a retelling of The Goose Girl, and so you've got a princess who gets sort of overthrown, and someone, like when she's traveling to another kingdom, someone sort of like takes her place and pretends to be her, and she gets left for dead, and then she like starts this new life for herself. This is I think this is like a Middle Eastern inspired retelling of the Goose Girl story, so, and obviously it's going to be more fantasy, so that's going to be quite interesting. And it's beautiful. This is the Forbidden Planet edition, and look how pretty, it's got red and green, so I'm kind of being greedy and I'm doing both, so definitely fits the prompt. The next one we have Blitzen. So you had to pick a minimum of 3 books and then have them randomly selected. I decided for this one to do it on Twitter, and I basically ran a poll and just asked all of you guys, and the overwhelming, I think it was like 57% went with this book, and that is All of Us Villains by Amanda Foody. She is a fantastic author. I read her other series with the Ace of Shades series, and it was fantastic, and I still haven't read Queen of Vaults yet, but I'm scared to because I know it's going to destroy me. But I've been really excited for this. I did get granted an ARC earlier this year of it. Unfortunately, because of mental health and other issues that I was having at the time, I never got around to reading it. So I am finally now getting around to reading it and trying to, like, on NetGalley just catch up a little bit and apologise to the publishers and be like, I'm really sorry for the delays. That was my win for that one, and also that will fulfil my bonus prompt for an ebook. And then finally we have Rudolph, which is to read a standalone. For this I am gonna retry a book that I started last year. I got about 2 or 3 chapters in, put it down, and then forgot that it even existed, which is a shame because I read her other book and absolutely loved it, and I still to this day love it, and that is An Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rodgerson. I think part of my reluctance is I'm still not won over by the whole fae and fairy genre that I know has had a massive explosion in popularity lately. So I'm kind of still, I'm not sure if I enjoy these books or not, but I have read a couple recently that I have enjoyed. So I thought I'd give this one a go. You basically got a human who, she's an artist, and she gets commissioned by the Autumn Fae Prince to do his portrait, but she makes a huge error by painting him with a sad expression, and because it shows emotion and things, it's like a massive taboo for them to show these emotions, and so then they are both kind of prosecuted for it and they have to go on the run together. And like, he's obviously not too happy about it and she's not too happy about it, so it's a little bit of an enemies to lovers thing from what I can understand. So yeah, you know, we all know that that's kind of like friends to lovers is slowly creeping in, but enemies to lovers is god tier for me. That is my TBR for the Reindeer Readathon. I kind of wish I had something a little bit more Christmassy to wear to celebrate it, but I will try and find something before the actual readathon begins. And then all I've got left for that is for you to comment down below, like, your favourite picks of mine, or if there's any other books that you've picked for those prompts, or even if you've picked any of the same books for the same prompts as I have, because that'd be interesting. Maybe we could buddy read. And then the final thing that I have is my little announcement, which is I recently set up my own business where I make candles that are inspired by characters. For example, I recently made a Rudolph candle that smells of Christmas tree and carrot cake. And I also, because I am a nutcracker in my team and I love the story of the nutcracker, I made a nutcracker candle which smells of like roasted walnuts and chestnuts and vanilla. And it's a really beautiful scent. And when I heard about this readathon, I contacted Eric and I was like, hey, I make candles based around characters, including characters that are in your readathon. I'd love to send you a couple just as like a little gift. And he came back and was like, hey, well, actually, how would you like to be a sponsor for the trivia quiz that we're holding? So somehow or other, I have now ended up becoming one of the official sponsors of the readathon, and I have a link on the sign up page to my shop and to my website. I'll also link it in the comments. And also, yeah, so if you do sign up and if you take part in the trivia quiz, then you are in with a chance of winning a candle in the scent of my choosing. Like, it's a bit of a secret what the main prize is, but there will be a minimum of a candle and maybe some other little goodies in there just as a little bonus congratulations. And yeah, so look forward to that. I'm excited, Eric's excited, the rest of us are all excited, and I hope you're excited too. And even if you aren't currently signed up, hopefully this video will inspire you to sign up. Whether you are or you are not signed up to the readathon, it would be really cool if you were, and hop onto the Discord. There's a really cool community over there and a really lovely chat going on. So yeah, if you are taking part, I'll see you on Discord. If you're not, then you will see me doing updates throughout December. And until then, I hope you're good, hope you're staying safe. If you like the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and then click that little bell so you always get notified when I post a new video. And I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.